supposed to, and then the other person does the same.
Yeah.
At some point, if you realize you're the only one giving for a long time,
We need to
and it
have
hasn't been talked,
conversations.
and these conversations aren't like hitting properly, find yourself in therapy or something. But that being said, that's why like before you get married, you want to make sure that you guys are willing to sacrifice for each other, and that
And
it
put in the work.
feels like, I guess fair is not the right word because it's not going to always be fair. Like sometimes you might like it's leaving a job for one person where the person's like, I get you balloons and I have to blow that myself, so I wasted my own air on this. But like
Yeah.
those are clearly different. But that being said, like you need to feel okay with it.
Yeah. You have to, that is the reason why when I talk to you, I do talk to you about it, but I think we're getting into that conversation more now. But I think with Faith, your sister, from a woman's perspective, I'm always trying to talk to her about when you get with someone, you need to get with someone with vision because God has a vision for your life
Mm.
and God wants to use you in certain areas of your life, whether it's in your personal life or ministry wise. And if you link up with somebody that doesn't have vision, who is supposed to be leading you, then you're going to be led astray. So it has to be a vision it coincides with what God has set out for your life.
Yeah.
And if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't have vision for themselves or have purpose for themselves, they're not going to be able to provide you with anything. It may be a momentary attention, but it's not going to be fruitful.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why I'm always telling her, I'm like, when you're praying, the man that comes into your life has to be a man of vision, somebody that's already on their way on to that. But it's the same thing that I tell you and Jonathan. I'm like, as men, you have to be men of vision. How do you want your family to function? How are you as a leader going to show up? And if you're not going to show up in that way, how do you expect your wife to feel comfortable enough to be in that? You know what I'm saying? I've had multiple conversations with Jonathan and Nisa, um, where, as young couples and stuff like that, just different areas that they've grown. And Jonathan's is a very like, I got you kind of person. He just doesn't say it. He's just, you should know I love you and I got you. And I'm like, dude, that's not the way it works. You gotta like show your wife, like, honey, I got you, and this is how I got you. And then your wife will be like, oh, okay, he has a plan. Women want a plan, men are like, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as it is like a give and take, and when you have to have those communications, you
Yeah.
need to have those things. And so that's one thing that I know, that whenever you guys get with somebody, I know they don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's just the way you guys are wired. You guys are protectors, providers. You're gonna make sure they're taken care of.
But it's true. I know. I mean, like where men are more physical and women need to be more emotional. Like you guys need that emotional connection,
yeah,
especially in that moment. Like
because
I'm
men are
scared.
emotional. However, they just don't verbalize
We
it.
don't. It's not practiced. I
Yeah,
mean, and obviously that's what society pushes. And
yeah,
I do my best to try. I mean, out of all my guy friends, I would say I'm the most emotional. But
yeah,
then I recognized last year, I'm just like, oh, I'm not as emotional as I thought I was. Like, cause I don't particularly want to talk about
feelings.
emotions all the time,
Yeah,
even though I feel a lot and I can talk a lot. But there's so many spectrums to it, and it is exhausting to tap
yeah,
into that all the time. So like,
yeah. There
I
has to be a
I
balance, though.
cannot say that I'm at the level of a girl, which is great to hear.
But it's a balance that you have
It's
to
true.
have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I always also say, you'll have the right person. When your person comes, it'll be the right person that knows how to pull the right emotional strings
Yep.
and be able to make you feel comfortable enough that you're going to be able to see, and you feel empowered after you've had the conversations
That'd be nice.
instead of drained.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
God, you hear that? I want that plus whatever you think I need. Yeah. I just
so we're coming to
work on the
kind of
wife.
like to the ends of everything.
Oh, nice.
We've been talking for a minute, which is, I love it.
This is normal.
This is normal. We talk nonstop when
An
we're together.
hour and 6 minutes. 4 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna end it up. I'm gonna mesh both of these together. We're gonna talk a little bit about spirituality and hope. This is where I'll probably get a little bit emotional because I'm extremely grateful for what God has done in my life, but it's also how He's manifesting in each of my children's life. And so, when you love your child, you want the best for your child, and the best for your child is God.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when it takes a long road to get there, um, can be very you as a parent, you can get a little flustered and your faith can be shaken when it's not happening as fast as you want it to happen. Because one thing is, we're all going to go through stuff in life, but you have an option to either do it by yourself with your own strength or do it with God and his strength,
Yeah.
which is a totally different way to be, right? And so the question, I'll ask both of them.
Okay.
um and the first one is a little bit about spirituality, and it says, what does your spiritual journey looks like right now, and how has faith, your faith or belief, guided you through the challenges? I think that's a pretty good one, because you're a baby in your relationship with the Lord, like, actually having a relationship with the Lord. And so I love hearing this when I talk to
Mm,
you. To me, it's like so exciting. I get very giddy. I get like so, yes, he's getting it.
I'm
So it's
getting
like
there.
I love hearing what that is. What does your spiritual journey looks like right now, and how is faith or your belief guide you through the challenges? Because I know you've gone through a few lately.
Um, so I would say my hmm, it's it's like a safe feeling I get when
Hmm.
I'm talking to him,
Hmm.
and it does kind of like go back to what we were just talking about with like love is consistency,
Hmm.
and the thing is, it's just like how because he shows up for us every day,
Hmm.
and like it's whether we want to appreciate and recognize it and do the same.
Hmm.
And to me, it's the best way I can honor him and kind of just show how much I love him is by doing the same, trying to show up every day, and at least in the three ways that I think matter a lot, maybe 3 or 4 ways, which is like talking to him,
Hmm.
like prayer.
Hmm.
Then there's reading the word, which
Hmm.
is probably the my weakest subject because I just can't stay still long enough to like read, and then I
Hmm.
fall asleep really quickly.
Hmm.
So not that the good book isn't interesting. I just
No, but
mean I like pictures.
that's
And
okay.
then
But how is it?
the
Okay, so now that you brought that up, because you told me a way that you were enlightened, or the Holy Spirit, or you were thinking about it, how, or somebody used somebody to tell you something of how to stay concentrating reading the Bible. You were saying you were doing it with
oh
audio and reading at the same
yeah,
time
yeah.
to
I
have
was
both
watching a
senses.
yeah, I was
Like,
watching a video, and I probably should keep doing that because I
mm,
forgot that I said that. But I did do it for a while. But yeah, listening to it while also
mm,
reading helps a lot,
yeah,
and
because
then
it keeps
also just
both.
reading it out loud helps a lot more than just reading inside my head
Yeah,
because I have like several different thought streams at once. But
yeah.
yeah, like listening to my Bible app, read about it while I read it helps a lot too.
Hmm.
Um,
That was kind of cool.
listening was one thing I also need more work with, just like sitting in silence and just like doing I could play some acoustic music. Um, and then this one.
Hmm.
Oh, I guess worship, just like
Yeah,
listening to gospel music or just like
worship music.
Forrest Frank, which is great. But those help a lot because then I feel great throughout the day when I do that. Like
Yeah.
I also acts of service, like even though I might not always feel like guided particularly by God, but like looking for ways to help others, even in small ways,
Hmm.
just like once a day helps
Hmm.
a lot. But those consistent behaviors definitely help me feel closer to Him, and I definitely feel off when I don't do those throughout the day.
Hmm.
So like I've like recently lost my job, which was kind of tough because like it was for my friend's business, and but the other owners had an issue,
Hmm.
and it was just drama that was happening in a restaurant because they're dramatic. But
Hmm.
and then I'm just like, okay, cool, and though my position was still there, but then I had a trusted friend tell me just like, hey,
Maybe you just want to step away.
yeah, maybe it's for the best, and I took that as a sign from God because like she's in faith too, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this from God, know that He has me, and I already knew I wasn't gonna be there forever, so it helped a lot hearing that from her. I'm just like, that's God speaking
Yeah.
through her. So, and He's already blessed me in a couple ways where like I've not had to worry about money at all, like
Hmm.
since I've lost my job, because I've just money has been more or less money and work has been falling in my lap,
Yeah.
and like I haven't even gone seeking for it. People have been asking me to work for them, even if it's like gig based stuff, but it's paid more than enough to cover my bills.
Yeah.
And then it's just been happening consistently, and I don't even understand it. But I just know that if I trust that he has me, and
Yeah.
that's helped a lot.
Yeah.
And I do have a peace knowing that like my anxiety has been at an all time low as of late because I just am consistent and I pray and I give it to him, and I have to be consistent in the things that I need him to work on my life on, and then
Mm.
just consistently just reaffirming that his timing, he has me, I'm okay, like
Mm.
I'm saved, and that has brought me a lot of peace. And I still
Yeah.
struggle like anybody else, but it is that alone has been doing wonders in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the last thing is, as you know, hope beyond the broken. A lot of people think, well, I'm not broken. Well, we're all broken in one way or the other, whether it's a frame of thought, our posture, how we do things. There's something that's misaligned in our lives. And so that's why we always talk about hope. Hope is just, we may not be there yet,
Yeah,
but we're on our way,
yeah,
right? We're not perfect, but we are progressing,
yeah.
right, in a good way. And
Yes,
so we going forward is what we want to come out of this pod is instilling in people hope and kindness and love and generosity. We want to let you know that that is available to you. So this question is, and we'll finish with this, is when life, well, there's one more thing after that. When life feels heavy and gives you what gives you the strength to hold on to hope, and how would you encourage others to do the same? It's a little bit of what we've been talking about
yeah.
already.
Uh I mean, the thing is that what I have to continuously remind myself is that there are different seasons,
Hmm.
and like sometimes the season could be like a day, or just like
Hmm.
a bad week, or even a like a couple months, or a year, a couple years.
Hmm.
It can really be anything, but life and the enemy is always going to try to keep you down, or trick you into thinking something's right, but it's not, and it's going to always come at you. Like
Hmm.
we're allowed to feel broken. First and foremost, like you're allowed to be broken. You're allowed to feel weak. There's nowhere significant, and no one with enough power in this world that can ever tell you you need to stay strong all the time. Because the thing is, that's not true.
Hmm.
Where
Hmm.
nothing is permanent.
Hmm.
Nothing is unbreakable.
Hmm.
So what's so bad about it breaking?
Hmm.
Some things need to break so that you can keep moving forward, in my
Hmm.
opinion. But
Or be rebuilt.
that's what I'm saying. Like some people just put themselves in this box. It's like I have to be this way for me to matter or something, and it's very sad because it's not really true.
Hmm.
Like you don't need to have all these friends to matter. You don't need to have this high-paying job to matter, but you mattered because God put you here first and foremost.
Hmm.
But what helps me, I mean, prayer helps a lot too, but it's kind of just an understanding of that it's just right now, and
Yeah.
it's just the feeling. Like I'm gonna feel down. I'm human. Like it's
Yeah.
okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to get
That there will
mad.
be change.
Yeah, if I have to scream into a pillow or outside my window, it doesn't matter. If I have to make a joke about it for like a little bit, obviously there's a good amount of how to deal with it.
Yeah.
But whatever I have to do to express my feeling, I'm gonna do it. If I'm sad and I'm crying,
Hmm.
I don't really care. I'll be honest, like I cry like every Sunday at church for the most
Hmm.
part, and every blue moon I'll find myself crying in a place that probably isn't appropriate. Like, and I'm just like, don't care. I was like, I'm so happy I'm not a girl and I have mascara because that would look worse. I'm like, I could just say my eyes are sweating, but really, in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, who's anyone that has a problem with me having feelings and or whether they're negative or not, probably not the people I want to hang out with anyway.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah, single yourself out because now I know. Yeah,
Now I know.
you
Yeah.
ain't my people.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's definitely so many different ways to approach it. But to me, it's just like I think I have a very clear understanding that it's just this moment.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be sad forever. I'm not gonna be mad forever. like especially if I'm praying on it and I'm working on it,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings are temporary. They were never meant to stay. They are just
Mm-hmm.
they go through. That's it. I'm not my feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um. So in at the end for the ending of this, we're going. We've never done this before, but we're gonna. Each of us is gonna say one word that describe each other.
Okay.
Okay. There's gonna be you're gonna describe me and I'm gonna describe you, and then I want you to yeah.
Elaborate.
No, you don't have to elaborate
Okay.
if you want to like explain it. Um, I think I've already explained
Yeah.
my word.
Yeah.
So but yeah. So I described you. If somebody were to tell me how you describe your son in one word, I would say heart.
Hmm.
It's just because you've always had a big, enormous heart. You always wanted to like, and you have a server's heart. Like even today when we're at church, they're like, "Oh my God, like his heart is of a server," you know. And to me, I know that me and my sisters are like that. I didn't know how much it has rubbed off on you and Jonathan and Faith.
Yeah.
That you guys all have like these huge heart to serve people.
Yeah.
And so that's how I would describe you. You've always had a huge heart.
Hmm. I would say
I'm so afraid.
that was nice. You're so afraid. It's okay. I had to ponder on it.
Listen,
It took me like 3 tries. I'm like, this one's okay. This one's okay. Oh, this one works.
It's funny because I'm so afraid, but then again, I'm like, I've been doing work. I think I've gotten
Yeah,
better.
I think I could take it. Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Um, leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a liter of soda.
A
No,
leader.
I'm kidding. But no, the thing is that it isn't. You don't need to be perfect to be a leader. You don't need to be right all the time. You don't need to be any particular one way. Like there's no perfection in it at all. But the thing is that whether you know it or not, and I see it when especially when you talk to strangers, um, people want to trust you and people want to be led by you, and it's very clear to me.
Oh.
Um, I know that I feel the same way, and out of my two parents, I'm really I'm not I don't hide it. I have a favorite, but uh, that being said, it's definitely I think whether anyone will ever agree or not, we need some type of leadership in our lives, and it comes very easy to you because you don't even try, you don't even realize you're doing it, and people just need that guidance that you just effortlessly offer, which is
Oh.
nice. Um, yeah, I mean, and as a mom and like to your friends and everything, is we all need it, and the thing is, you're always growing too, so that's
Yeah.
very much needed also because you
Yeah.
just learn how to adapt for a person, which
Hmm.
is very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did you get to this whole thing that you like boohoo crying?
like boohoo cry because
We
I've
did
been
good.
holding it out of
We
control.
did good.
Let me tell you, plus that I did a lot of crying at church.
Yeah.
So maybe I got rid of a lot of
I
the
wrung her out.
tears.
Yeah, we took her at church.
You
She
took me
cried
to
like
church.
3 times
I
already.
cried really crazy. So
Yeah.
I've been extremely emotional, but I've been holding it
You're
together.
really good.
Um,
I think you're just dehydrated.
I maybe that.
Yeah.
However, I'm so grateful that you were open to have this conversation with me.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just because I'm so grateful of the work that you have allowed God to do in your life. And I just want to let you know that it's gonna get better.
Mhm.
Your relation as you stay focused, and you and I check in with each other and stuff like that. And when everything stuff happen, I kind of give you a perspective that maybe you haven't thought of. Um, because in that I'm also learning. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm learning so much. And so even in since February, I've come a couple of times down here to Clearwater, and you and I've had like the most beautiful, sincere, in-depth conversations that I leave transformed because of my heart posture. And this is when I'm probably going to cry because of my heart posture. Because when I pray to God, I'm like, God, I know that I have gifts that you have given me that sometimes I've misused. But I do have gifts of being a certain way. I know I have a presence when I go to people, and I used to use that presence, and I was like to keep people away, right? And so my prayer has been since you got saved, and you and I've been having these depth of conversation, has been God. Yes, I do have a presence, but that people want to get close to me, and that when they do get close to me, with no doubt in my mind I can speak to them in clarity, but love on them, show them that you love them, show them that they're being seen and heard and stuff. And that, you know what I'm saying? That it is okay to be just you, and that God loves you just the way you are. And at first, I thought that I was, it's like, well, certain things have to happen, or you can't just be wide open with God loves everybody. And in my mind, I was like, but God does love everybody.
Yes.
And He doesn't love the sin,
No.
but He loves you
Yeah.
unconditionally. And so when I speak to people, I want them to feel that, oh my God, the God that she talks about loves me.
That's kind of how I talk to people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
100%. When
Hmm.
I don't rules like that. That's not even how I perceive any of
Hmm.
it. But like I definitely tell people, I'm just like, you know what? You sound like you're having a crappy day. You know who's the only person that's gonna really validate you? You know who's gonna love you no matter how many mistakes you met? You know who's gonna forgive you no matter what?
Yeah.
And then like
Jesus.
but then like I do it. I obviously right now I'm being silly, but like I do it in such a way that's just so natural. I'm just like, dude, I'm just like, it sucks you're going through all that right now. I'm just like, I know that it hurts and this and that. I'm just like, I'm like, and I can give you a list of physical things you can do, but I'm hearing a trend and I'm hearing pain. I'm hearing like that you're lost and all these things, and I always just am able to sneak him in there. I'm just like, you know what helps me? Knowing that no matter how terrible I feel and how much shame I feel, no matter how stupid I'm being, that he loves me
Yeah.
and that I'm put here for a reason, and that like he saw Earth and he's like, hey, you know who's missing? Zeke. So he's just like, there you go, boop boop, bam, 5'5" little Latino boy, welcome. But it's nice.
It's nice. It's beautiful
You know,
that every time I see it, I'm like, because I'm so giddy and so happy, right? Of your walk with the Lord and your journey, and it's exciting and
it is
it's
exciting.
very refreshing. And I just encourage parents to not only pray for your child, pray with your child. You know, we sometimes think to have all the answers to all of their questions, but we really don't.
Mhm.
These are God's children that He has entrusted us to steward over. And sometimes we do a good job and sometimes we don't do a good job. I know that there's been plenty of times that I've probably done something really screwy, and only God's grace has either probably they don't block them off of it, you know what I'm saying? Or God turn it to good. And I have spells. They can tell you that I will see something that touches my heart and I'm immediately texting them. I'm like, "Did I ever do this to you? Or I'm so sorry." They laugh and they make fun of me and they're like, "Are you fishing for a compliment, lady?" Like, or "Don't worry, mommy, you did good." But I think as parents, we need to recognize that sometimes we did stuff that was not that cool. And it's never too late to apologize to your child. It's never too late to have good, candid conversations with your child in which you can be real. I think that if we don't talk to our children in a realistic way and tell them about your flaws, tell them about your struggles, how can they open up to you and tell you, I'm struggling with the same thing or something similar to it or anything like that? How can they trust you with the most vulnerable part of their life if they cannot see you be vulnerable? You being vulnerable does not take away that you're a parent, that you're the disciplinary, that you need respect. That don't got nothing to do with it. I think that they'll respect you even more when you are vulnerable and you actually do tell them a little bit about yourself. And so, for us all parents, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Keep praying, keep pressing in, keep loving your child, keep opening a space of safety where, when my kids were younger, they weren't my friends. They didn't have anything valuable as a friend to give to me because I was a parent. But now that my kids are older and my kids are living life, they are my friends. And so I'm able to sit in a room with any of them or all of them and be vulnerable and say, this is how I'm feeling. And you know what? They speak life into me, they pray for me, and I do the same thing for them. So I want you guys as parents to see that it is feasible to have this type of relationship with your kids. And so, and I'm just still honored that they still respect my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Whether they take it or not, they still like, what do you think about this, Ma? And I'm very grateful that God is allowing me to have this opportunity with my kids. So, with all that being said, thank you so much for sharing your time with me and chilling with me. Like I tell you, this is so much relaxed. I knew this was the best environment for him because he doesn't know how to stay still.
No, I'm
So,
still working on it.
yeah.
Like,
So I stay chill.
yeah.
Well, but now y'all see where he gets all that fidgeting because
Well,
I
like
be doing all that
I've definitely
fidgeting
been
too.
fidgeting. Yeah, I've changed positions like 3 or 4 times. I'm like really hyper focused on like where this thing is, and like I keep like noticing how itchy I am for no reason. I'm just like, stop moving, stop touching your thing. What are you doing with your knuckles? Why are you popping your knuckles? It's just like cool. I'm just like focus, listen, be present. I'm just like in like small little prayers, and
Yeah.
in between, I'm like, God, help me focus better.
But now I know. But now I know where you guys get that because when I look back at the videos, I see how fidgety I am and stuff like that. I touch
I mean, I
everything.
guess
I'm
I feel
constantly
better knowing
changing.
that it comes from
You
somewhere.
guys are worse than me, but
Oh, okay, cool. That I was gonna say, I'm like, I didn't notice that you fidget at all. To
I
you
but
probably
I
move your
hold
knee
it.
once. You're like, I fidget a lot.
I have to remind myself not to do it. But yeah, I didn't realize that I did it a lot either
Yeah,
until I
there's a lot
saw
of
it.
like self coaching going on,
Yeah,
like
in
while
your
you're
head,
talking. I'm
the
just
whole
like,
thing.
okay, cool.
And
That's what she said.
I'm in a
That's what she
more
said.
upright, structured environment when I'm with Sarah.
Oh yeah,
This is so much laid back, but you've seen me how I keep moving my leg and stuff like
yeah.
that. But thank you so much, guys, for joining us
Thank you so
one
much.
more time here at Hope Beyond the Broken.
Yes.
And next time we'll have Sarah and we'll have more people, and we're hoping to have more candid conversations like this about life, love, relationship. So please click and put in a comment below and like this and share it with other family members, your brothers, your sisters, your children, your husbands. We hope this was great.
Like, share, follow.
Yes, those are the words. Bye.
Yeah.
Until next time.